Listener discretion is advised. 3, 2, 1, go! Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. LoveLine, coast to coast.
Yep, it is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Wait a minute. Where's Dr. Drew, everybody?
I'm right here, Adam.
Oh, there he is. Where are you?
Seattle.
Oh, did we talk about that?
Yeah, we did. I'm at the Buzz up here. I'll be here just tonight.
When did we talk about that?
The night on Wednesday, and then again Thursday as I signed off to you.
You said you're going to go to the old Buzz there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Buzzaroo.
I tune out when you speak, Drew.
No S.
I had no idea where you were. I was ready for you to come bounding into the studio any moment now.
And then my voice comes through. It's hysterical.
All right, so you're in Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. You gonna be around tomorrow?
I will be there tomorrow, and tonight I'm here in Seattle. It's great. It's as usual, raining.
Right.
And windy. Yeah, it's beautiful.
All right.
This town is beautiful. Give me a break.
Yeah.
I was just to me I was talking to someone. They were complaining about the weather. I immediately thought of the Los Angeles valleys in the summer.
Yeah.
I thought, you have no business complaining.
Oh. Yes. Everything is a shade of brown or orange, and including the people. Yes, it is a nightmare. Christian DuGuay is our guest tonight. Also, Aries Spears is supposed to be here from Mad TV, although Aries is not here yet, but Christian is here.
Hi.
Speak, lean up into the mic there, Christian.
How you doing, Dr. Drew?
Hey.
Okay, Drew, were you inside a 55-gallon oil drum?
You heard that too? See, they told me I was just the only one hearing that.
The echo?
Nice.
No, I hear it, but it's not too bad. Only when you speak.
All right, I won't speak loud. If I don't speak
No,
loud,
I just mean speak. So please
don't speak at all.
Try to refrain from talking tonight.
Okay, great.
Mad TV, of course, on Fox, 11 o'clock Saturday nights, and they said it wouldn't last. See, Christian, we've had the cast members throughout the years on the show, and each and every time, and Drew, if I'm wrong, tap your foot once, okay? But each time during the commercial, they would all lean over, and this is starting about 5 years ago, and go, this is about it. Yeah, this is about it. We're all looking for other gigs. I'm trying to get a job back at, I think the Ore Box is still open in Burbank. I'm seeing if I can get my gig back there. But everyone just said it's over, and then the next year they would come back, and they'd go, during the commercial, go, hey, not for on the air, but off the air, it's over. And then they would do it the next year, and now we're going on 5.5, or we're going on 6 years.
Well, interestingly, it has been over for many of those people that we talked to.
How dare you, Drew? Wait a minute.
Everyone except Nicole, right?
Is Christian's mic potted up
there?
I
have.
There you go, Anderson.
Hey,
good times, buddy.
Not Christian.
Well, this is first season, so he'll be gone next year. But this is his year to establish himself, so we miss him. That's the way I look at it, because how can he be gone from something you never did?
That's true.
Right. No, the same people. Nicole and Deborah and Aries, and
6 years,
a lot of those people have been there for a while.
Nicole's been there. Yeah, Nicole's been there from the beginning, right?
I think Deborah's been there from the beginning too, right?
Two that have been there since the first season, yeah.
And Aries has been around for 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think that Aries is in his 3rd or 4th season. I'm not sure which one. We'd know if you were here.
All right. Well, maybe when he does show up, we'll question him about that. All right, Drew, you ready to go?
I am ready.
Do you have control of the board over there?
I've got control. Dave.
Hello?
You're 24. What's up?
Yeah, I have a question. I don't know if this is normal. Like, I'll go down on my girlfriend, and I, put my fingers in, and it's only happened a couple times.
Is this one of those Gold Bond commercials?
Gold Bond? No, it don't feel good and stings. It's different.
I see.
She's peed on me twice. I mean, we've gone all the way a whole bunch of times, but twice she's peed on me.
You sure it's urine?
Oh, I'm so sure.
When you put your fingers in?
Yes.
Drew, when I watch a lot of nature films, when animals are attacked, oftentimes they urinate when they're scared.
Like a skunk.
As a defense mechanism.
I'm pretty sure I'm not attacking her.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
She's not trying to repel him.
And you just got urine on your fingers?
Oh, no. No, like on the bed. It's happened twice. Once in bed, once on the couch.
How does she react?
Well, I usually don't tell her until, we're done, because I don't want to make her freak out.
Well, you don't want her to stop, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
But does she...
afterwards, she's really embarrassed.
Sure.
She's right here. I mean, you can talk to her.
Good idea.
All
Yeah.
right.
I don't really believe this now.
Well, we
That's
got to know
fine.
why. Yeah.
I don't care if you believe, but it's true.
All right.
All right. Well, it happens. It happens.
I appreciate Dave's bravado, by the way.
Yeah.
Hello?
I don't care if you believe it. Hello?
Yes.
Is this the Urine Queen?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I guess that's my name.
What is your name?
My name is
she's pretty.
Lindsay.
She's pretty spirited about it. It's good.
Yeah. Well, what happens happens.
Okay.
Well, it's good because a lot of women feel really humiliated when this happens. It's a common thing. It's a common thing both when there's certain kinds of stimulation, they have difficulty holding the urine, and it's common with orgasm. Are you having
I don't
orgasm?
even know what's happening.
Do
Really?
you have
Really?
orgasm at that point?
Yeah. Usually I'm trying. It's happening. I'm about to have it, and
Yeah.
when it doesn't, when it's getting towards, I'm putting out a lot of effort to do it. That's when it happens. And afterwards, he's like, you did this, and I see him. It is pretty embarrassing at the time.
Well, you think it's because you're pushing too hard?
Maybe that's it.
Sometimes when I try really hard to fart, I crap myself.
Yeah, you leak a little bit, huh?
Well, it's more than a little bit. I mean, it's crapping myself. But I'm saying I can sympathize.
Well, good. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. So maybe don't push so hard. Why don't you just...
Not push so hard. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, just relax, and if you feel one coming on, let it
I don't
escape
even know.
naturally.
Okay.
Yeah, but look,
I get you.
Listen, I'm actually most concerned with how Dave's dealing with this thing. It sort of makes you, he treats you as though there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know, and you shouldn't be humiliated for this.
Well,
It's embarrassing enough.
She's fine with it, so he should be fine with it.
Exactly. She's actually being real kind of nice about it, spirited about it. She could say, "Oh, this is too embarrassing. No more sex." How would he like that?
I don't know, Drew. But remember, you can only flip those sofa pillows once. Pamela,
Yeah,
you're 16?
yeah.
What's up?
My mom's about to come out of hospital, and she's been in the hospital for a while and everything. And
What you been in the hospital for?
she has CID. Do you know what that is?
Pelvic inflammatory disease?
No, it's
P-
dissociative identity disorder. It's
Hang on, what?
MPD?
MPD, okay.
Yeah. And she's about to come out, and I'm 6 months pregnant, and she doesn't know yet. And I was wondering how I should tell her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would be the best way?
All right, what does she have, Drew, that put her in the hospital?
Multiple personality.
Okay. Well, tell the sympathetic person that lurks within her that you're pregnant. And don't tell the cruel, vindictive one.
Why didn't you tell her while she was still in the hospital?
Because I don't know. I'm kind of scared to tell her.
Well, wouldn't it have been smart? Wouldn't it have been smart to do it when she's in a safe environment, when you have the supportive services available? She could help manage her feelings with the professionals around.
Wait a minute, though. Drew, people don't want to drop any bombs on people that are already in the hospital.
If this is just lack of understanding, it's a great way to send somebody back to the hospital fast.
Okay, but I understand Pamela. I mean, Pamela's, 16. She's confused. Her mom is out of her mind. She's in a hospital. She doesn't want to go over there and freak her out anymore. I realize the timing isn't great. She may be heading right back to the hospital after that, but I don't want to beat up Pamela too much about it.
Well, no, I don't want to beat her up. I just want her to understand that a structured environment, a safe environment, professional support is what your mom needs, because she may fragment when you tell her this.
So should I tell her immediately right before she comes home, or should I tell her
When is she coming home?
She should be home next Saturday.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Go to the hospital, talk to the nurses, have someone accompany you into the room when you tell her. Let the doctors know that this is what's going to happen, and do it before she leaves the hospital.
Okay.
Now, I'm not. Now, listen. If you should consult with the people that are taking care of her. If they tell you not to do it, don't do it. But she's in a safe environment. She has a team that understands what's happening with her. You should be consulting with them. You shouldn't wait until she's out and then drop this on her.
Okay.
All right, hey,
Okay.
Pamela?
Yeah.
And what are you going to do?
I'm not really sure. I've been my boyfriend's parents have been really supportive and everything, so they're gonna help me.
Where's your dad?
He's at home. He's okay. He's a good guy.
I see. He's just a good guy. Does he help you out?
Yeah,
see
well,
him?
I live with my boyfriend's parents, so
Okay, so your dad's a dynamite individual.
yeah.
And Mom goes into the hospital and Dad says move in with the Beau's parents?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so your dad's an a-hole, right?
Does he know you're pregnant?
Huh?
Does he know you're pregnant?
Yeah, he does.
Your dad
So
does.
he's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what's he care? I mean,
Doesn't really.
yeah, why should he? It's just you have 1,000 kids. Doesn't matter to him. He's just in where is he? What state is he in?
He's in the same state. He's in Maryland, too.
Oh, that's nice. How far away is he? It's very refreshing to find a dad in the same state as their child these days. There was usually a forced segregation that went on, but he's in the same state?
Yeah.
All right, well, I may have been
10 miles away.
I may have been wrong about him. How often do you see him?
Not very often, maybe once a month.
All right. Okay. All right, so Pamela,
Yeah.
tell your mom when she's in, consult with her physicians
Okay.
first, and good times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Don't get pregnant again, please.
Okay.
You know what it's like? Let me tell you what Pamela's life is like. It's as if we were on like the 10-meter platform at the Olympics. Somebody told us, listen, you're going to have to do like a double axel with a somersault, and you're going to have to nail it. And we went, and that's her life. And then someone went, now you're going to have to do it handcuffed with a sack over your head, and we're going to get you drunk.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's what her pregnancy is. She's living with her boyfriend's parents. Her mom's in the loony bin. Her dad's, down the road and couldn't give a rat's ass. Now she's pregnant. Like
Nice.
as if things weren't, as if the odds weren't stacked high enough against her.
But as if we
She's
couldn't
just
have
done it.
predicted this. As if we couldn't have predicted this is where she'd go.
Right. All right.
Poor thing. I mean, you know.
All right. And what do they do for mom in the hospital with that multiple personality?
Well, I don't know what kind of treatment they're pursuing, but it's mostly about keeping her safe and contained and finding the right medications. And they have a reintegration. Some of these people believe in reintegration, where they actually put these people through these very intensive therapeutic processes where they like have seizures and they go nuts, and they take the predominant personality and try to integrate it with the other ones. No one believes that necessarily works.
Has it ever? I mean, have they ever?
Well, some people claim it works, some people claim it's not the hoax, but it's very complicated, and there's even debate about whether MPD exists. I happen to believe it does. But the main treatments are containment and medication rather than creating evocative kinds of therapies.
All right. Drew?
Yep.
Nobody knows what evocative means. Not even
I mean,
you.
like stimulate, like trying to bring out something. You just
evoke
matter of
something.
contain.
I see.
You don't evoke anything, you just contain stuff.
Yeah, but is evocative connected to evoke?
Yes.
Thank you, Jackass. Cindy,
Hi.
you're 19.
Yes.
What's up?
I've been living with this guy for probably about 6 months, and for the last, let's say 4, he hasn't been really interested in having sex. And he makes like deals like, well, if I take you out, then we won't have sex for a month.
What?
Wow. What a strategy.
Yeah.
If I buy you that fur coat, you won't blow me, right?
That's
I'm
that's what it comes down
going to
to.
have my attorney draft something up. I don't trust you.
What do you say to him when he tries to make those kind of deal with you?
I mean, I don't take him like seriously, because the fact is like, if I can provoke him enough, he will have sex with me.
How do you do that?
Just I try to touch him or go down on him, and if I can get that far, it usually
I mean, if he'll let you.
right. But it's kind of like a struggle. It's kind of like wrestling to get down there.
Oh my God.
I've had the. Oh no! Wait a minute. It's exactly the opposite. That's right. I was picturing wrestling, but I was realizing no, that was me wrestling for the girl's mouth. That's right. It's true. Like for me to get a BJ, it's like when a patient has a seizure, epileptic seizure, and you try to shove your wallet in his mouth so he doesn't swallow the tongue. It's that kind of thing.
Is that difficult?
Yeah, they're moving around. Their eyes are rolled back. Their mouth is chomping down, and that's where I try to get my penis in before they stop breathing.
You get hurt doing that.
You could, but it's worth it. The 1 out of every 10 times it works. Cindy? Why don't you find yourself a new guy?
Yeah.
He actually followed me down. I'm going to school in Arizona, and I'm from LA, and he keeps saying, "Oh, it's because I'm not happy here. I'm bored here. I'm not going to school." And
He said that?
yeah, he's like, "Well, guys are really sensitive about these kind of things, and
What kind of thing?
like his environment. Like he's not happy with what's going on in his life. So he
Oh,
doesn't
hold
really
on.
like
What is he, a goddamn panda bear? I mean, his
Yeah.
environment is not right, so
Right.
he's
So he can't
depressed,
have
so he's
sex?
not going to have sex. That's ridiculous. Every
That's why
one of
guys
my,
have more sex.
listen, you're in Van Nuys.
Uh-huh.
That place is a dump, right?
Yeah.
I grew up in North Hollywood, which is the dump that is just east of Van Nuys.
Yeah. I went to high school in North Hollywood High.
Yeah, right? It
Yeah.
sucked, right?
Yeah.
Okay, every one of my friends was miserable, depressed, unemployed, and uneducated. All they did was screw.
That was therapy.
No, it was booze and screw. That's the things they look forward to.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
BNS.
BNS. Get rid of this guy, Cindy.
Okay.
I don't trust him.
Well, but I don't know if we can be that clear about it, but there's something very, very wrong with this whole situation. And unless he can sort of get it together for himself, I don't see that the relationship's going to go anywhere.
No, not at all. Although he did. Why'd he follow her to Arizona if he didn't want anything?
Have you asked him that?
No. Well, let me ask her. I'll get her back. Cindy.
Uh-huh.
Why'd he follow you to Arizona if he didn't want any sex?
He says he loves me, but, he just doesn't want to.
How old is he?
He's 21.
He could
Is
be.
he doing anything?
Could be
with
gay.
his life? Yeah.
Excuse me?
Is he doing anything with his life at all?
He's working.
As what?
He's doing retail.
Okay. All right. Dump him. You go down to that Van Nuys Sherman Oaks Park. You find yourself a drifter better than him. You know the place I'm talking about, right? Yeah. All right. Where are we going here, Drew?
Oh, a second. My computer just glitched.
Oh, well, okay.
Here it is. Here we go. Here we go.
All right.
Sean.
Sean.
How you doing?
You're on with Christian DuGuay from Mad TV.
How you doing, Sean?
Saturday nights, Fox, of course, 11 o'clock. Sean, what's up?
Well, okay. Way back when I was a child, my family divorced, and I was told never that I shouldn't see my father because he was sexually abusive and physically abusive to my mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we left the relationship, and around, 4 years ago, he called and said that he wanted to come back out with us, and wanted to be our father again. And I kind of blew him off because everything I heard about him, I thought, he was just full of S, and so I didn't want to go to him. Well, now, 4 years later, my brother called him up and actually went over there and said that he was actually completely different from what my mom had said. He was a really nice guy, extremely hospitable, and was really sad that I wasn't there. And so I went over there the next day. We get there, he told me that he'd been counting the days, that he'd missed me and everything was just great. He was really glad to see me, and was handing out money and everything so he could get me to stay there. And then we ended up drinking and smoking some pot, and I was a little worried about that because he seems like he may have been playing, acting, or just trying to cater to be my friend. Now I'm kind of worried about that.
He was giving you money?
Yeah, straight up $40 from him.
Now, was it giving you like $5 for every 15 minutes you hung out, or was just going to give you 40 for the night?
Well, no, he came when I got there, right? He says, well, you need some spending cash. So what is $40 enough? And I told him,
Okay, let's look at just the surface issues here.
Yeah.
One is, listen, serial murders. Ted Bundy was a nice guy.
He was a great guy by all accounts. Still is. Oh, no, wait a
minute. Yeah, that's why we allow him to have children. He must procreate.
Oh,
such a nice guy.
Don't get me. Do you guys all? Okay, Drew. See, this is what I get. This is what I get warned about. But did you guys know that Ted Bundy sired a kid while he was in jail? While he was on death row, he knocked up some broad.
Did she have the kid?
Yep.
Ted Bundy, this guy, this animal, killed at least 20 college age and younger women who just tortured them and controlled them. He did these. The things Ted Bundy did to his victims are, right out of Silence of the Lambs, basically.
Right.
And not to middle-aged prostitutes. Even then, not a good thing. But slightly more forgivable, let's be honest. But we're talking about 13, 14, 15-year-old girls, grade school, and junior high and high school and college girls. This guy was a savage, and we let this guy get laid while he was in prison.
How?
After he'd effed, raped, killed, and then effed again all of these young women. We let him get laid again in prison. What the F is going on? How does that work? He was in prison, and he was on death row for a long time, and he kept getting these stays of execution. And he married some crazy broad, and they let her visit, and he nailed her while she was visiting him. And she's pregnant, and now there's a 20-year-old.
20 years old?
Well, this is 1981. Maybe 19-year-old doing the pregnancy math there. What are you in the belly for, Drew? 15 months?
Whatever, Adam.
Whatever it is. The point is
I wouldn't want to call you wrong.
There's a 19-year-old girl running around now who's Ted Bundy's daughter.
Thank God it's a girl.
Yeah, then think about the gene pool. You got Ted's sperm mixed with the egg of the broad crazy enough to visit him at prison, marry him, and have sex with him after he was, after he was convicted for all these heinous crimes. Oh, what are we doing as a country? When is it okay to put somebody down? How many people you got to rape and kill and torture? How
anyway,
many?
To get back to the point,
right,
Sean, a lot of people that are egregious or awful people are very nice when you first meet them. But let's just look at what your dad is up to. You're 17 years old. He's having you drink and smoke pot with him. He's an awful parent. If nothing else, he's an awful parent.
Well, when I was talking...
And he's bribing you for a relationship.
And why would your mom make up stuff like sexual abuse?
Well, my mom's kind of on another path herself. Our family's not exactly a stable one.
Well, Sean, let's just think about the kind of person. Who would she pick to have a relationship with? Think about that.
Ted Bundy Jr.
Right, Ted Bundy. There you go.
But listen,
we're a bunch of screwballs,
Sean, I understand that, but as screwy as the family is, people don't normally tell their young son that they were sexually abused by this man. I mean, that's not the kind of thing you make up because there's a certain amount of dignity involved with it. You know what I mean? And I know your mom's a piece of work, but I don't trust this guy.
Yeah, neither would I. The thing, I don't know what to think about it though, because I really want to have a father relationship with him, but I don't know what kind of thing he's looking to get out of it.
Well, who knows? But it can't be good.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
I should tell my mom about it because she doesn't know that I went there.
Well, what kind of shape is your mom in?
Constant fighting with my father, and we're kind of like, well, we got into a huge fight a while back, and now she's decided that as soon as I graduate from high school, she's going to kick me out, and whether I can pay for an apartment or not.
Oh boy.
What?
It's too bad you can't get pregnant. You'd be pregnant by now, Sean. You'd have twins.
But he can get someone pregnant.
Yes. Okay, Sean. Let me give you your objectives in life. A, don't get anyone pregnant.
Damn right.
B,
thank you.
Limit the amount of gay porn you make. I know you're looking for a quick buck. C,
too late.
Write off.
Too late. He
No, he's kidding. Write off that pack of circus freaks you currently know as a family. It's the saddest advice I have to give, but I swear to God, I'll give it every night and not bat an eye. If your family's a mess, write them off. If your mom's out of control, if your stepdad's abusive, if your real dad's giving you, a tall boy and some reefer, and
there's nothing you can do about
paying you by the hour, these people are a mess, and they're only going to bring you down further. Just step back, sign off with these people. At least for a few years, you got to get your grades going. You got to go off to college, or you got to get a good gig, move out of the house, stick with your friends, get your own life going, and then when you have your own life, then you can evaluate what to do with your family, but not when you're living under their roof. All right, thank you very much. Christian DuGuay is our guest tonight. He's from Mad TV, of course, on Fox, 11 o'clock Saturday nights. Aries Spears is supposed to be here, but Aries is not here.
Aries, where are you? Are you listening?
Well, if he is, he'll be here, and if not, we got Christian. And we'll be back after this.
You know what I'm saying out there? Adam and Dr. Drew will be right back on LoveLine.
LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Christian DuGuay is our guest tonight. He's from Mad TV. He's one of the rookies on the Mad TV roster. Of course, Fox on Saturday nights at 11 o'clock. Drew? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you ready to rock?
I'm trying not to talk like you instructed
Yeah,
me.
you're doing a great job.
Here's Chris.
Chris, you're 27.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Well, hold on one second here. Just want to say, first of all, Christian, hello, big fan of Mad TV.
What the? Wait a minute. What was he doing? Should I get him again? Let's put him on hold. I thought he was like doing a radio show or something.
Hello?
Chris, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, Drew and Adam. I called probably about 3 or 4 years ago. You gave me some great advice, started me on the road to therapy, worked through a bunch of stuff.
Great.
Now I'm calling back. Basically, my 27 came out to my parents when I was about 18. They had a really hard time with it, a lot of struggle growing up. They've sort of started to come around the past few years. They're starting to say that they accept me and they love me, etc. And I just don't feel anything back toward them. I don't despise them.
Yeah.
I feel very neutral toward them.
Uh-huh.
That makes sense. And I don't know.
You know, Chris, there's a good book out there now that I was just looking at this evening. It's called Children of the Self-Absorbed. And it talks about what it's like to grow up with parents that really don't value your separateness, value who you are as a separate person and your emotional needs, and what it's like to be an adult having been raised in that environment, and then what you can do about it. So, and I would suggest you look at that book because it gives you some exercises that will help you deal with your parents.
There's also one called "Look at Me, I'm Gay," which is wouldn't be a bad title for a book, though. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Do you now you know our theory about coming out to parents?
Sure.
When you're young, did you want to bust their balls a little when you came out to them at 18?
What does that mean?
Well, what I mean is a lot of people who call this show who come out to their parents at a relatively young age. And 18 is relatively young.
It's usually the 15-year-olds though that are asking us.
Right.
Let's face it.
All right, but this is on the border. They do it because they know it's going to kill their parents. They know their parents are going to hate it, and they want to kind of twist a knife in them because they're angry with them.
Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't come out. It just sort of, it came out.
They just found out.
Exactly. We were in the middle of an argument, actually. So it's not like I made a concerted effort to...
And you blew your dad?
No.
No. You just in the middle of an argument and you just yelled you were gay?
It was 10 years ago.
I
Mom
see.
and I were arguing.
All right. Okay.
It came up, and I didn't deny it, finally.
I see. Okay.
After doing so for like 3 years.
And did it
Never blew my dad, thank you.
Did it screw with your mom? I mean, who
Yeah, my mom's a dominant mother, passive father thing.
That's what turns you gay.
I think so. And she had the whole religious stance and the fact that if any of my grandparents found out, it would absolutely kill them, and just a lot of guilt from the get-go.
Right. Is she Jewish?
No.
No.
I'm probably more Jewish than she is by association, but...
How are they saying it's okay now? They're being supportive? What are they saying?
Well, they're not being... comparatively, they're being more supportive. They're just like, you're gay, the end, we...
They don't want to talk about it.
Exactly.
I see.
And it's, and I don't know... And I still have a lot of stuff going on. Like, there's still a lot of... that 10 years is just still playing in my mind, and I don't... part of me wants to just write it off and start a new chapter and go on.
Yeah.
The other half is like, they really sucked at parenting for about a decade.
Yeah.
And I can't let it go that easily.
Well, let me...
Don't let it go. It's fine.
All right, but Drew and Christian, would you agree with me on this, which is you will probably never get the satisfaction you require from your parents.
Right.
Absolutely.
And in fact, with this book I recommended, one of the big sort of goals of the book is to help you let go of that fantasy that they'll be the kind of parents you always wanted, because they'll never be. They are who they are.
You talking about Look at Me, I'm Gay?
Yeah, that one.
The point is they ain't going to change a whole lot, and they certainly, sure as hell, ain't going to change the past. Right. And they will never sufficiently apologize for it. Drew, your parents haven't sufficiently apologized for the past, have they? I know mine haven't. I know mine
How
haven't.
can they when they really don't know what they did?
No.
They'll never know.
They don't. Mine will when I'm done building the Nuremberg style set I've been working for. I've been working on this for years. We're going to put my parents and Drew's parents on trial. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to get one of your folks in?
I'd love it.
Yeah, I got a couple extra seats.
Put my mom up there.
The deal is you have to be okay with this with yourself. Stay with your therapy, keep doing your work, but don't expect them to change or give you that much satisfaction. It ain't going to happen. All right, where are we going here, Drew? Your computer down?
No, it's fine.
All right, everybody.
Going to Jason.
Jason, you're 19.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
First of all, I'd like to give Adam mad props, but I am 19 years old and I met this girl at Fever.
Yeah, turn your radio down.
Oh, yes, can you turn the radio down? I met this girl.
Yes.
And I had a one night stand with her,
Mm-hmm.
and now I got like a powerful like discharge when I pee,
I see.
A discharge when you pee or a pain when you pee?
like pain. Do you know what that could be from?
Why don't I buy this? But let's just go on with it.
Nah, buy.
Yeah, that is a sign of a sexually transmitted disease. That is sort of a classic symptom, is having a discharge and or pain when you urinate.
Uh huh.
So you have to see a doctor. And usually when people have one STD, they have others.
Really?
So it's it's sort of often the case that if you get one, you get a couple.
Well,
at least you're going to get.
Ho's a hoe.
Well, you're going to get you're usually going to get warts at least.
True.
With
How
whatever
dare you
get.
agree with that? That horrible.
Well, no, I mean
statement.
people that are sexually active and pass diseases around tend to have multiple partners, and that tends to be the issue.
I know a guy. I know a guy who got, and I may screw one of these up, but he got like gonorrhea, syphilis, and crabs one night, one chick.
Nice.
Yeah, not a prostitute, nothing like that. Just kind of one night stand. 3 things.
Well, like I said, it's very
Nice,
common,
huh?
and in fact, more than 2.
Hat trick.
More than
ahead.
2, and it's thought that your HIV risk is really going up.
Yeah, well,
So
makes
it's something
sense.
well, you got to really pay attention, and he needs to be treated right away because this can have lots of complications, and I suggest you get in right away.
Brian. Caller goes by the name of Brian. Yes,
There
you're
he is.
28. What's up?
Hey, you guys. First of all, I want to tell you guys I haven't heard you guys for about 6 months, or 3 months, because you've been off the air here in Central California, Modesto, Sacramento. But
Oh, yeah, I know.
okay, Adam,
Yes.
dude, you have some real stories that come straight from Earth. I just can't believe it.
Well, thanks.
Straight from Earth, dude.
All right, straight from Earth to your ears.
I can't believe you guys answered my call.
All right, well, let's get to it because we're going to hang up on you.
That's fine. Earlier in the '90s, I got hooked on speed, and I started doing speed, and I snorted it, smoked it, shot it, ate it, whatever I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, I drink like 1 or 2 beers a night, and I was wondering if maybe, I got a regular job and stuff, and I work full time, but I was just wondering if maybe those 1 or 2 beers a night, or 1 beer, or whatever, are a substitution for the speed.
So you never got involved in recovery?
Never once. I just quit cold turkey, and I used to.
All right. Well, it's all the same biology. Whether you've selected speed or Valium or marijuana or alcohol, the same part of the brain is being affected, and there will be progressive.
True,
What?
as you said that, I was just sitting there laying and going, you were going like, Valium, alcohol, weed. I'm going, yeah.
Dr.
Sounds
Drew.
like fun.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
If can you imagine the amount of speed I would do during a day, like $120 worth, $100 worth?
Yeah, you were able to stop the speed, but you still smoking pot?
No, not even.
And
Well-
you're just using alcohol, but it will progress.
Wait a
It's
minute.
the s-
Are you relaxing when you drink? I mean, do you need it? Have you tried not doing it?
Well, maybe 2 nights a week. Maybe I don't drink.
Are you on other medication?
No,
Nothing?
not at all.
Brian,
You
how'd
don't
you get off that much speed?
Well, you know what happened? I couldn't get any dope from my regular dealer, and like I just got pissed off, and I was like, if you've never been addicted to speed, you may not be able to understand it, but I was like looking for dope all over town on a bicycle.
He did, yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry.
All right, hey, Brian.
Yep.
Here's what I have to say about this. Your 1 or 2 beers a night is obviously no big deal, but you're calling this show and you sound like you sound in worse shape than 1 or 2 beers a night.
Really?
There's something going on. So it may be more than 1 or 2 beers a night.
Of course it is. Of course it is more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, one or 2 pony cakes a night.
No.
You're back on the road to addiction.
Yeah, no,
I
you're there.
guarantee it.
Listen, if once your brain has been conditioned to a certain level of these chemicals, there is no going back. A switch has been thrown in the brain that once thrown must be treated, or you will bounce from one chemical to the next, or extreme thrill-seeking behaviors to the next, until treatment is instituted, and it will progress and get worse. There will be mounting consequences with time.
Drew, are you sure not just trying to drum up business for yourself?
This is categorical truth.
Well, how are you going to dethrone the switch, so to speak, in treatment?
That's what the treatment is about. That's the whole deal. I mean, if you look, there's a guy named Alan Leshner that heads up the National Institute of Health, and that he has this big. If you look on his website, there's a brain with a giant switch in it, and that's where he looks at the great concept for how addiction works.
Yeah, that's
once the switch has been thrown, there's no going back. And he's definitely had it thrown.
Right. My website has a penis napping.
Is there a switch on it?
No switch. just napping. That's my sign.
Yeah.
That's the Corolla crest. All right. It's a penis on it. Taking a break. We're going to take ourselves a break. Speaking of breaks, Christian DuGuay is here from Mad TV, Fox, 11 o'clock, Saturday nights. Dr. Drew's over there in Seattle thinking about drawings of switches and heads. When we come back, Drew, who are we going to speak to?
Line 5.
You do
Jordan.
it. Do it.
Okay. He needs a plan so he can break up her parents. She needs a plan so she can break up her parents who seem to fight nonstop.
That's horrible. What else?
There's only one other choice, which is Angela. When she was 14, a friend made her do things to him. Hurts now.
That's good.
All
right. We'll talk to Angela after this.
All right.
Hello? Is this LoveLine? Call 1-800-LOVE-191. Adam and Dr. Drew will be right back.
LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Christian DuGuay is here tonight. He is one of the newest cast members of Mad TV. Saturday nights at 11 o'clock on Fox. And let's speak to Angela, who's 16. Angela?
Hi.
What's up?
Well, 2 years ago I met this guy, and I thought he was really nice. I was 14, and he was 13, and I started going out with him, and every time I would see him, I didn't go to the same school as him, so every time I would see him, he'd really pressure me into, giving him head or, doing that kind of stuff, or hand jobs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, after about 4 months of going out, he snuck over to my house.
Snuck over to your house, yeah.
And I wasn't really expecting it, and he kind of just was totally, if you don't have sex with me tonight, I'm going to tell everyone at our high school that you're having sex with me and that you're a slut and all this kind of stuff.
That's ironic. So if you do have sex with him, he won't tell people you're a slut, but if you don't, he will. How does that work, by the way, when you don't go to the same high school? Does he just show up with a bullhorn one day at nutrition?
Sign, maybe?
I had a lot.
Sandwich board?
Yeah.
Hire a drifter to walk around out front?
Like that guy at Little Caesar shaking the sign.
Right.
No, I went to a middle school, and then my mom worked at the high school that I was supposed to go to.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to a different high school, so I didn't really know anyone, and everyone from my middle school went to that high school that my mom worked at.
Which is the one he went to?
Yeah.
Ah.
And I go to that high school now. I
see. So that was his angle.
Yeah.
Even then, by the way, these and I know they seem real serious to everyone at the time, because we get a lot of these calls, which is, the uncle gives his nephew a BJ, and he says, if you don't let me give you another one, I'm going to tell your parents.
Right.
Not a great threat.
It seems real at that age.
It seems real, I know, but if you really just get some distance from it and do the math, who's really going to get it here?
I think the distance is age, though. I don't think
right.
The problem is that, after we did, I gave in because I was really scared.
But the question is, why were you such a good victim? Why did he know he had a great victim on his hands here?
I don't, that's one thing that I'm really wondering is that, I have really great parents,
All right. Where were they at the time?
They were in bed. It was the middle of the night.
And he just, banged on the window kind of thing?
Yeah. It's a one-story house. It's not that hard to get into.
He's gonna make one hell of an RV salesman one day, just negotiating that through the window on a Tuesday night at 12:30 in the a.m. You know, wow. And so he came in and had sex with you.
And afterwards, it was really kind of scary because I couldn't handle it because, sex is a really mature thing. It's for mature adults, and I wasn't ready for sex. And after that, I broke up with him, and he claimed that he was suicidal, and he would sit around and...
Quite a guy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of angles.
Yeah. So, Angela, how's this affecting you now?
I cannot have a relationship with a guy. My longest relationship since then was 5 days.
Have you been treated for this?
No.
Have you looked into it, perhaps?
No.
Have you thought about that?
I've been kind of nervous about it. I don't know.
Why?
Why?
Do you want your parents to know?
No, I really don't. Because I'm a straight A student. I'm in all advanced classes.
Well, do you feel like you were raped?
Yeah.
Well, you were. You were. Let's face it.
I mean, there's rape, and then what I call rape light. This is
but
rape light.
Coerced and
it's also
forced.
a product
and
I think I'm coming out with.
Nice.
Yes, go ahead.
But I really think you ought to look into getting some treatment for this, and it doesn't have to include your family. You just need to go talk to someone, and that will be confidentially held between you and the treating person.
But where would I go though? That's the thing.
Are you in school now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in school. Yeah, I'm a sophomore in high school.
High school. Does the high school have counselors?
Yeah, but I've talked to the counselor before, and it seems
you don't trust them.
Her mom still works there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a disaster. I would kill myself if my dad worked at my high school.
I had my mom working at my elementary school.
Really?
It was awful.
Oh my God,
It was horrible. She knew everything.
That's horrible.
She comes out and finds me and gives me lunch and everything. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
She wants you to know she's there.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, who can she talk?
Okay. By the way, that's not necessarily great parenting, that level of intrusion.
Mm-hmm.
They need you to think about them as perfect parents, but in fact, they may not be so perfect.
My dad. My dad's really nice. He's the greatest guy in the world, but my mom's really intruding. After swim practice, she'll come over to the swimming over to the pool deck, and she'll make sure that I'm swimming. And
have you told her to stop?
Yeah, I have, but she still does it.
That's probably what's happened here. I mean, that's why that guy could take such advantage of you.
And she's going to give you an eating disorder. Do you have an eating disorder?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, keep an eye on that. There's where Mama's going.
Well, she brings me. I mean, she's super cautious about what I eat. I mean, I'm not overweight.
No, that's my point. Do you have a brother?
I have 2 older brothers. Yeah.
She's going to turn him gay.
Well, they're already one's married and one has a girlfriend.
Aha, beards. Very clever, those two.
Beards.
All right, Angela. You got to get yourself. You got to talk to somebody. And I don't know who, Drew. Who, if it's outside of school?
How about do you have a doctor?
No, I just put it on hold. You have a doctor, Angela?
It's a family doctor. It's
all right. That person, if he tells anyone about this, is accountable to you and illegal if they share information. You're 16. You're entitled to confidential health care, and you've got to make it clear to that person you expect it to be confidential, and help them refer you to a mental health professional. Go from there.
All right, Lauren. And by the way, these episodes don't have to ruin your life, everybody.
No, especially one like that.
Ain't great, but that is a 2 on the LoveLine scale of.
And by the way, the bigger issue with Angela is her intrusive mom.
Right, Lauren.
Oh, hi.
Hey, you're 30. What's up?
First I want to say both of you guys love the show and think it's informative.
Thank you.
Entertaining. I'm on a speakerphone, which I'm not used to, so this is weird.
Well, can you pick up the receiver?
Yeah, but I'm afraid I'll cut it off.
Just pick it up and put it. Just pick it up.
Okay.
Here's where it hangs up.
Okay.
There you go.
It works.
I'm not into high technology.
No kidding.
Thank you. Like a telephone.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Pretty high tech.
Yeah.
Don't get carried away on us.
Don't cut yourself on the side of that soup can, and make sure the yarn doesn't get tangled up.
Strangle yourself with a cord.
Right.
Anyway, my question is, I guess it's called a fetish if someone's into, when you're making love, they want you to wear leather, or they're into you wearing high heels or boots or stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be a fetish.
Could be.
So what do you think about that?
Is this your boyfriend?
Yeah, well, I'm in a new relationship, and we're, physically intimate, and he told me that he likes these little boots that I wear, and he wanted me to put them on when we make love.
All right.
And then he also said he wanted me to wear like my leather jacket, and he liked the way leather felt against his skin. So I didn't know. I haven't done that, but I just don't know. Is this like?
It's actually a good instinct on your part, because once you let those floodgates open, it's not going to stop with the leather jacket. I promise.
Right. It starts with the boots, and then you have like a mop handle halfway up your rear end, and you're wearing like a big toucan beak, and you're in like half a horse's outfit, and you got that sandwich board that the drifter was wearing in front of the high school on. Yeah, it does. They do tend to spin out of control.
But can't someone be, because he is so normal?
Yeah. He wants to break out a little bit.
I don't know. I mean, that's why I'm wondering, can't someone be normal and they will have this little side to them?
Yes. This is all.
Little.
This is fine as long as he doesn't just keep going.
Yeah, and we don't think it's going to stop here. And to have a little bit of expression is one thing, but to have something that's necessary for sexual functioning is a fetish, and that is a preoccupation that takes the focus away from the physical encounter, away from the intimacy, and onto these inanimate experiences.
Right.
And that's not so healthy.
Right. This should not be the engine that powers the sex. It should be the cruise control or the CD player. It is a nice little perk, a nice option, but if you can't get out of the driveway without it, you got a problem. There's a good car analogy there, Drew.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very good.
Christian DuGuay is our guest tonight.
She waited 70 minutes for that.
Mad TV. I know. He told me what to do with the car. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this.
LoveLine will be right back. LoveLine will be right back. LoveLine will be right back.
LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. Dr. Drew is over there, coming to us from Seattle tonight. Christian DuGuay. The Buzz, yes. Christian DuGuay is our guest tonight. He's from Mad TV, 11 o'clock, Saturday nights. Fox, 5th season, 6th season, or going into the 6th season?
This is the end of the 6th season. It's coming up.
Wow. See? And now people aren't talking like it's going to go away.
No.
Which is the kiss of death.
Right.
Right. You see?
Right.
Start talking about how
I
it's
hope
not going to be around next year. Okay, Drew, you're back in studio tomorrow night?
Absolutely am. Tonight I'm up in Seattle with the Buzz. And Adam, remember when I told you about the universality of bad coffee at radio stations?
Mm-hmm.
I really learned that up here at the Buzz. When I went to get some coffee, I'm in Seattle. I'm in the coffee capital of the country, and just crappy coffee. But they've improved it. They've got those little coffee dispensers. You push the button and it gives you the coffee.
Right. It spits it out.
Yeah, it's not bad. The coffee's not bad, but no condiment, no cream, no powder, no nothing.
Oh, true.
Nothing.
I told you have to pack your non-dairy creamer.
Oh my God.
You like non-dairy creamer?
Anything.
Drew does. Drew enjoys, and this is only because he has low self-esteem. If you have if you have fresh cream in a ladle over here, and a thing that says whitener on it, not even
paint,
white
paint,
literally coffee whitener, powdered whitener, which comes from like Smart and Final. He will choose that over the cream, won't you, Drew?
Well, only when I'm on radio, though. I don't feel like I'm broadcasting if I not have a crappy cup of coffee in my hand.
But the coffee here is good.
No.
Oh, please.
Oh, I think it's good, but I'm not a connoisseur.
Drew would take a swing at you if he was here in studio. All right, Drew, do you have a call lined up, or you just want to complain about coffee
yes,
all
I do.
night?
I've got Joe here.
Joe, you're 15. What's up?
Oh, hey, Adam. What's up? You rule.
Well, thank you.
Whenever I have sex with my girlfriend, she always, she kind of fakes it.
Fakes what? The orgasm?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Well, she tells me.
Oh, okay.
Well, why does she bother faking if she knows that you know that she's faking it?
Well, it's just, I don't know. She just doesn't seem like...
Oh, Joe, if you're going to give a bogus call, at least have your story straight.
Please. Jesus Christ. What is this? What is this world coming to? And you know, Drew, you attack me for hating teens, but do you see my point now?
Excellent point.
Thank you. Patrick?
Yeah.
You're 22. What's up?
Hey, I just recently graduated from college, and I played college football. And, of course, at the level of competition, I felt that I needed to use steroids.
What position did you play?
A middle linebacker.
And where did you play?
Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got recruited to play football there when I was in high school.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Well, actually...
Did you have good grades?
No. Cal Poly Pomona, actually.
Oh, Cal Poly Pomona.
But not Cal Poly Slow, as they call it. Why do you guys, do you guys still like play Nebraska once a year?
No. No, Central Washington and teams like that.
But didn't Cal Poly used to play like, Nebraska every once in a while?
No, just one AA teams pretty much.
Who did you guys play that killed you every year? It wasn't
every year Central Washington.
No. There was a big. All right. Well,
Whatever.
Anyway. All right. We'll just keep going. But you're on Cal Poly Slow, right?
Yeah, I recently graduated.
Okay. And so you got on the juice.
Yeah. And well, I've noticed some kind of weight loss, of course. I mean, I still hit the gym and I'm still pretty strong, but I've noticed weight loss and actually eating disorder in a sense. I mean, I have to force myself to eat sometimes. I mean, I know I'm hungry. And
This is still on steroids or now off steroids?
No, I am now off steroids. I use the creatine and the Andro 6 and.
So you were addicted to how your body looked when you were on steroids?
No. It was all about the competition and.
Well, what are you doing now that you need your body?
Why are you still on creatine?
I work out. I majored in criminal justice, and I am going into the correctional field. And
all right, but why don't you just lift weights and eat right and
I mean,
call
I'm
it a
not.
day?
I don't feel that I was addicted to steroids. I mean, the only reason at the time that I took them was to compete at the college level.
I got that.
I was just wondering about the after effects. I never had problem with getting an erection or anything like that. I mean, that was really no problem when I was on steroids, but. Even now, I don't.
Why are we having this discussion?
I don't know why we're having this discussion either, and I know you guys played some powerhouse like Nebraska and got
All right,
killed.
let go of that.
Not this season, maybe not last season. I'm talking about like 5 years ago. It's going to drive me nuts now.
But what is your question, Patrick?
Well, my question was, I mean, what are the long-term effects? I mean, what am I going to be experiencing? Am I one?
How long were you on them?
About 2.5 years.
All the time, the whole time?
Yeah,
all
cycle? Year-round.
Year-round.
Yeah.
Well,
year-round.
Is there a family history of alcoholism?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what happens is you can charge up the reward systems if you have the genetic predispositions for alcoholism just the way you can with other drugs. Steroids can do the same thing as stimulants typically, same thing as cocaine, same thing as speed. So that addictive process, that addictive biology is sort of activated by it. So you may find yourself sort of with momentum towards substances, momentum towards thrill-seeking behaviors, feeling kind of desperate at times to help regulate feelings that you don't seem to be able to regulate without externalizing, without getting things from the outside to make yourself feel better. Now, right now, you're sort of getting into working out excessively and eating, strangely, and that may be all part of this and maybe a separate disorder. Be that as it may, this is all stuff that is going to progress and really does need treatment. I would suggest that you do see someone about this because it's going to trouble you for quite some time and going to be, in all probability, you will switch over to something else in the not-too-distant future.
All right, let's move ahead, and I'm going to get an answer to this Cal Poly schedule. Who are we talking to here, Drew?
I was trying to push up line 1. There we go.
You just did a wonderful job.
There she is.
Drew, you hung up on her. What? Oh, she was suicidal? What was her problem, Drew?
Nice.
Drew doesn't like to talk to them. A liability, he says, off the air.
Addie.
Addie, you're 16.
Hi, how you doing?
What's up?
Well, I was talking to my girlfriend tonight, and she said that she was no longer physically attracted to me.
That's bad times.
Yeah.
Did she say why or what that means or why?
Well, I'm just wondering, like...
Well, it means we're breaking up.
Yeah, that's that.
Hey, wait one second, okay?
Yeah.
I've been waiting to talk to the radio for like half hour. I'm on the radio,
Dad?
okay?
No, Dad.
I will, okay. Bye, Dad. Sorry about that.
All right.
Yeah,
Hey, just 1 second, Addie. Remember that call we had that one night where the girl was talking about her proclivity for anal sex?
Yeah.
And her mom walked in?
Right. It was great. It really makes it all worthwhile. One
like, "Hi, Mom."
15-year-old talking about anal sex in front of their parents makes it all worthwhile for me.
Oh, yeah. Good night, Mom. I love you. It's like, oh, my God.
Anyway, back to water-soluble cornhole lubes. Addie?
Yeah?
When your girlfriend or anybody says they're not physically attracted to you anymore, it really means they're saying we're breaking up.
yeah, that's what I thought too, but
Yeah?
she seemed to talk a lot about how she still wanted to be with me.
No.
And then I started thinking about blind people. You know how
Sure.
they can't see each other?
Hold on a
What's
second.
that?
Hold on. You're going too fast now.
Oh, my
Blind
God.
people. Yes. What was the second part?
Well, they can't see each other.
Can't see each
So
other.
I was thinking, there's got to be something else than physical attraction.
Right. Addie.
Yeah, quite an insight, Addie. That's
Yeah.
shocking. It's, yes. You should be Nobel Prize in the future for you.
Addie, what junior college will you be attending in the fall?
You're not going to try to blind your girlfriend, are you?
Sounds like a plan. Well, my mom works at one, so I'm thinking.
At
I
a,
gotta go to
at a junior college?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're a legacy. You're in for sure. Even though they don't turn anybody away. You're really in. Okay, so I think your girlfriend was breaking up with you.
Yeah.
And I think the more you talked about it, the more, sort of backpedaling and damage control she was doing. But really what that means is we're breaking up.
Right. Just try to save your salvage your feelings and things, but no.
Yeah, and you know how people are. They break up.
It's not the best way to break up with someone, though. Just break up.
Yeah. The more you talk, the more they get into that. Oh, no, I still think you're a great guy, and I don't see any reason why we couldn't spend time together. But there's a certain bottom line here, which is she wouldn't have brought that up unless she wanted out. Brian says he has an answer to my Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, Nebraska on the schedule assertion. Brian?
Yeah, what's up?
What do you know? What do you know about Cal Poly San Luis Obispo?
It wasn't Cal Poly. It was UOP that used to play Nebraska a few years ago.
You talking about Pacific?
Yeah, University up in
Wrong
Stockton.
team.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about a Big Ten or a Pac-10 team or something.
I'm talking about Cal
Adamant.
Poly San Luis Obispo playing.
But remember, 5 or 6 years ago, UOP would play them to get the big when they had the football program going.
Yeah.
And they had
Okay.
to get their money.
But hold on a second. Who cares? That's what I love about this show. Here's what the screen says. Line 2, Brian knows the answer to the college football question, which was Nebraska didn't play the team you said it played, but here's another team they played. Well, I can sleep tonight knowing that Nebraska had somebody on their schedule. Yes. Yes, they did. And line 3 here says they play Oklahoma as well. Fantastic.
Do you want to talk to them?
People here know a lot about football.
No, I just want the answer to what Big 8 or Big 10 or Pac-10 team that Cal Poly San Luis Obispo would get crushed by year after year.
You're sure there is one?
In years past. Yes, I know. Even though I was talking to a guy who played for the team, I still believe in myself. Drew?
Yeah.
You got a question?
You don't want to
lined
talk to that guy on 3? All right.
I was making that up.
Oh, okay. Kim.
Yes.
What's going on?
Nothing much. I'm 20, and I've been sexually active since I was 16, and I've been on Paxil since then, too, and I've never really been able to have an orgasm. The only one time I did was during anal sex, and that was it.
Were you on Paxil at the time? At that time?
Yeah. I've been on it for a really long time, and I tried tapering myself off, and I know that it can have effects on your sexual libido.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, but like I can get aroused, but I don't know if it's like a psychological thing too.
No. Look, the Paxil suppresses people's ability to have orgasm. You got to talk to your doctor about maybe adding Wellbutrin or switching to Sarazone, something like that, or something.
Yeah,
Because the Paxil makes it extreme. The fact that you even have libido at all on Paxil is sort of remarkable.
Yeah.
Well, you had one through anal, right?
Yeah, and that was, and so like my boyfriend thinks it's really frustrating and so forth. He always teases me. He's like, "Oh, maybe I should prescribe you some Viagra." I'm like, "Shut up, leave me alone."
Well, that is something that actually some doctors kind of try. It's not been actually approved for that use yet, particularly not in women, but it's certainly something someone might want to consider. What I usually do is add Wellbutrin or switch to Sarazone Wellbutrin, something like that.
Well, I don't like, because I work in a pharmacy, I don't like being drugged up, and for a long time I tried tapering off Paxil but I couldn't sleep at night, and my anxiety level was just so high. And
Well, how did you taper?
I would taper I would do 15 for 2 weeks, 10 for 2 weeks, and then I got down myself to 5 for a while, and then I couldn't sleep anymore without some help from Dalmane.
There is a withdrawal syndrome from Paxil. It's
Yeah,
not a dependency, but there's a...
Well, why'd you taper off the anal is my question. I mean, there's where the orgasm is.
Well, because it was just this one guy I was dating in Boston, and he wanted to try it, and I never did it before, so I said, "Oh, okay, I'll try it one time." But no, I don't think my boyfriend's really too big on it, and I'm not too big on it really. I just tried it once, and I thought it was okay. I mean, I had an orgasm, but that was the only time I can recall it.
Well, you're 1 for 1 with the anal. That's all. I'm not pushing I'm not pushing the anal. You understand? I'm just saying.
I think you are.
You're 1 for 1. All right, Drew. Where are we going now?
We're going over to 5.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yeah.
What's up?
I can get an erection fine,
Mm-hmm.
but just when me and my girlfriend change positions, I can lose it in 2 seconds flat.
Are you on medication?
No, I'm not on any medication.
Are you real nervous when you're with your girlfriend?
No, not really.
So once your penis hits the open air, it loses the erection,
Yeah, it just shrinks.
and you can't get it back?
Oh, I can get it back, but it just kills the mood.
All right. Well, maybe you shouldn't switch positions.
I don't know, 'cause she wants to try different positions all the time.
I see. That's her thing.
Yeah, but
how long are you guys doing this before you try to switch positions? Is it a long time? You understand what I'm asking, Adam?
5 minutes into one position.
5 minutes. Okay.
They will switch to a different one.
Why? I think if this is going to happen, you're going to have to just spin the position wheel, and whatever it lands on, that's the one you ride out for the entirety of that sexual session.
Yep.
Because also, how long have you been with her?
About 3 months now.
You can work it out.
Are you using a condom?
Yeah.
Well, it's tough to get it. Now, what happens when you lose it with the condom? The condom falls off?
No, the condom stays on. It's I'm sitting there just,
It's hard.
myself
It's hard to get yourself going with the condom on, though, right?
Do you lose it when you put the condom on?
No. Well, yeah, I can get aroused, and then when I'm going to put on the condom on, it starts to go down.
Yeah, see.
Yeah. He just has, some guys' penises are very particular.
Allergic to condoms.
They're temperamental.
Temperamental penis.
Yeah, they really are. They're sensitive to many things, sound and light and temperature.
Certain subjects.
They're like old people. They don't do well. They're too hot. They're too cold. They're not hardy penises. I could slam my penis in a cab door and not have any problem with it. I've actually done it a few times. I have a cab door in my bedroom now, Drew.
Just for laughs?
Just to slam my penis in.
Your comedy's finally devolved to this point?
Yeah. Hey, honey, want to watch you do the cab door trick again? No, not again. Jake, you're 16.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend have been going out for a month. And, I took her home, after school one day. And I, was kissing her. And her dad walked out and told me to get my tongue out of his daughter's mouth.
Uh-oh.
And, since that day, I've talked to her, once. That happened, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, now, where were you kissing her? Was it just kissing goodnight on the doorstep?
No, it was, after school. It wasn't even goodnight. It was just, I was just taking her home. And, yeah.
Or were you totally making out with her in their kitchen or something?
No, I was on her doorstep. Yeah, we were, Yeah, we were pretty into it, dude.
All right. So Dad, it's a little tough for Dad to see that first time, you know.
But it was like,
Anything?
Yeah, Drew has a shotgun filled with rock salt right in the umbrella container, right by the front door. There, don't you?
Listen, I've got it in the umbrella, like, you know, the Avengers.
Like the Penguin.
That's right.
Poison gas in that thing.
That's right. Oh, absolutely.
Like the Avengers.
I have the doorstop booby trapped, in fact. The hatchet falls down.
Like,
no, I can understand how Dad can be a little sensitive to that. I think the advice applies here to what we often say to people that are having difficulty with parents, which is spend more time around them, let them get to know you for you.
Well, she hasn't talked to him.
yeah, like I can't even talk to her. Like,
Because of Dad.
I try to call him. He's like, oh, call back later, and I'll call back later. And he won't let me talk to her.
Do you go to school with her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I
You see
do.
her at school?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, what happens when you see her at school?
Does she talk to you?
Yeah, we talk like at school stuff.
You
but,
said you talked to her once in the last 2 weeks.
Well, I've talked to her in the last 2 weeks, like at school stuff. But I mean, like after school and like on the weekends and stuff, I want to go do stuff, and she can't do anything.
Well, this guy's such an idiot. You're going to have to work that out with her. If she's she don't sound like she's very much in love with Big Jake over here. Does
That's
she?
what I think. No.
I mean, we all know from this show where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with teenagers and hormones and sex and all that good stuff. If she was really into this guy, she would figure out a way. Am I right?
They'd be talking.
Yeah, she'd be
Absolutely.
She'd be saying, "Listen, my dad is going out of town this weekend. My dad goes to work from this hour to that hour. I'm going to tell him Friday night I'm going over to Tammy's house and I'll meet you over at your house." He'd work it out. They'd be making out at school under the bleachers.
Well, what made them think they wouldn't get caught on the doorstep anyway if the dad's home?
Well, I don't
Well, she's gone.
even care.
Yeah,
I
she's
don't
gone.
care. Drew, do you care?
I care, but we're taking a break.
No, you don't care.
I care.
You care about not having any non-dairy creamer in Seattle. That's what you
Oh, by
care
the way,
about.
the people here at the Buzz were offended, and they were him running in here with mini moos half and half
Good.
containers.
Fantastic. All right, when we come back, Drew, who are we
Yeah.
going to talk to? The
That
22-year-old virgin?
Yes.
We are simpatico, brother. He wants to know if this is normal. We'll be back to make fun of John and his unscathed penis after this.
LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. Back in a minute.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew over there in Seattle.
Yep.
Yep. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Christian DuGuay is our guest tonight from Mad TV, 11 o'clock, Saturday nights on Fox in its 6th season. Okay, let's speak to John, who's 22, still a virgin. John?
Hey, fellas.
What's happening?
Not much. I guess I want to start by saying that I'm, content with being a 22-year-old virgin. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but I guess I'm just looking for, like, a professional opinion.
Well, you're
Adam,
fine.
I have an impression already.
Yes. John, you're fine. Your balls are mad as hell, though. I'd like to talk to them, get the other side of the story.
All right.
You think he's gay, Drew?
Yeah.
Really?
I just wonder. I'm asking him if that's maybe part of the problem here.
I was thinking you guys were going to ask that question. No, I really don't think I am. I mean...
Drew's spidey sense starts tingling once in a while, and he's usually right.
Well, no, I could be wrong, but I just had to ask that question. Are you attracted to men?
No.
Are you attracted to women?
Yes.
Are you religious?
No. I was waiting for that question, too, but no, I'm not.
Does your work involve any kind of writing?
Writing?
I'm going to flip over all the cards. We'll get Arlene Francis out here. Christian, you got a guess? You want to keep guessing?
Oh, do you want to have sex?
Yeah. Well, okay. I've dated girls or whatever, and I've been physical with girls. I've just never had intercourse. And there's been 2 chances in the past where I easily could have had sex, but I just decided I didn't think it was right. I figured it would have changed.
What do you mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Like, just with that particular girl, I didn't want to get that close to her at that time.
Okay. All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it sounds funny coming from a guy.
No.
No.
But you know what I'm saying? I was just like...
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I just didn't feel comfortable.
Well, maybe you just haven't found the right person yet.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what it is. But, I mean, I always hear everybody, oh, I lost my virginity 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
And I figured, okay, I'm kind of a late bloomer, but, you know, I'm 22, I'm almost 23. It's kind of getting late here, isn't it, fellas? Or...
Well, here's the deal. There are, your average guy loses it at, 16 and a half.
Yeah.
And you're at the high mark. I mean, you're up there.
Yeah, that's why.
But you need a high and you need a low. You just happen to be the high. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I'm so thankful for those people who get cancer. It's like, well, if a certain percentage of society has to get cancer, thanks for getting it. Now I'm off the hook, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that how it works, Drew? Do the math.
That's how it works. Yeah,
well,
doing the math.
10% of guys get laid before the age of 14, and 10% of guys get laid after the age of 20, and then there's the rest of us.
Okay.
And you just happen to be up on the top end of that curve.
Okay. So do you think I have any kind of, like, attachment thing, or?
Well, there's definitely some issues, but if you're not gay and you're good to go, you just have to meet the right person.
Okay.
You think you can meet the right person?
See, that's just it. I've never really had a long relationship. Like,
What's the longest?
5 weeks, maybe 5 or 6 weeks.
What do you do now?
What do I do? I'm a full-time student.
All right. Well, you should be able to meet chicks at school.
Yeah, we're just more concerned that you're not having relationships. If that's the issue, that you're not able to form a stable intimacy, and that's why you can't progress to the point that you're comfortable having sex. Sort of a more global issue of your relationships. Did you lose somebody when you were young? Mother die or something?
Lose somebody? No, not really.
Your relationship with your mom and dad have been stable and they've been okay.
Well, no, my mom got divorced when I was like 3 or 4.
And dad?
So Dad's been pretty much out of the picture almost 100%. I've been completely raised by my mom almost.
And what's she like?
What's my mom like? Pretty cool. Really steady lifestyle, I guess. And what'd you say?
All right. Listen, I don't see a problem here.
All right.
You just meet somebody and get laid. He's got to start boozing, too. Yeah, he should really start boozing. I don't recommend that to too many people who call the show, maybe only 35 to 40%. But here's a guy who's 22. He's a little uptight. He's at college. Go out and crack, go to a kegger. Get a few beers in you and, throw yourself at some chick. Paula?
Yeah?
Well, that's how it works.
Do what everyone does.
Do what everyone does. It's called date rape. Come on. Paula?
Yeah?
You're 17. What's up?
Correct. Well, okay, the thing is like, I've had a lot of sex since I've been young, and I just feel that if I'm going to be with a guy, that I have to have, like, sex with him for him to like me more and for him to want to stay with me.
But that's often the way people think that are sort of sex and love addicted and or sexual compulsive. Women particularly. Men are just sort of get down that arousal path and they just can't get off it. Women tend to be looking for sex and love through sexual contact.
I know, it's like if I'm not, like, having sex, or if I'm with a guy and he doesn't want to have sex, I want to have sex with him. And then it, like, pushes him away because I want it so bad, I guess.
Well, Paula, has it worked out for you so far?
No. I have no luck with guys whatsoever.
Well, there you go.
And it almost makes, I try to stay away from guys, and then I want sex, so I have to go to them again. Do you understand?
Yeah. So.
Were you sexually abused when you were younger?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
This is that. This is sexual compulsivity, and unless you're ready to do some treatment with that, you're going to continue on this same sort of treadmill.
See, but the thing is I've tried to go to counseling for it, and I was in counseling from the age 10 to 13, and I stopped going, and then I got into some trouble, and I can't talk to people anymore. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Well, which is more uncomfortable?
Yeah, you're going to have to. I mean,
which is more uncomfortable, the road you're going down with relationships or sitting down and talking to somebody for an hour a week?
It's hard both ways. That's the only thing is I don't know which way I should go.
to help myself out better.
All right, but
you know,
other,
Paula.
Okay.
Yeah, one has a light at the end of the tunnel. The other is non-ending and actually progressive in a downhill direction. And I understand that it feels bad in both directions. I understand, or you would do it. If that, people will follow a path of least resistance. If it felt good to go talk to a therapist, yeah, I'm sure that's what you'd do. But it's hard work, but it is the only way out.
And it's like if I go tell a therapist that, because I have drug problems also, and if I go tell them that, they go and tell my mother that, and then it just starts more problems.
They're not going to tell your mother.
They have. I had a counselor. I was in jail, and I had a counselor tell my mom absolutely everything I told her.
When
you were how old?
I was
When you were how
17. I just got out of jail. And
Nice.
they told my mom everything. They told my mom I had a cocaine problem and everything.
While you're in the can, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, can you do coke when you're in the jail?
No.
No?
No, and see, the thing is I went to Colorado, and it all happened in Colorado, and they called my mom on the phone to tell her everything.
On the
That I
phone?
needed to go to rehab, and that I needed counseling, and...
It's
that
all
I was-
true.
Huh?
It's all true.
Hey, Paula.
Yeah?
Do you think you're being framed, or are you doing a bunch of blow and sleeping with a ton of dudes?
But that's the thing, is when I did blow, I didn't even sleep with dudes then. That's when I had I was with a girl, and that's when I was hanging out
Paula,
with girls.
you need to spend a year in a program. Seriously, you need to spend a year in a highly structured, sober living with women only. That's where you need to be right
Well, I don't know about women.
See,
No,
and that's
women
the
only.
problem, too. is
Well,
'cause
wait, you like women, right?
Yeah.
With raccoons only. Do they have an outreach program for raccoons or staffed by raccoons? Paula, I mean, you'll have sex with anyone, right?
Not anyone, but
any sex.
yes.
Right, even Drew sex?
What would Drew sex?
Well, that's the third one.
Raccoon.
I don't know about that now. That's...
All right, Paula.
That's stretching it.
I'm sorry for what was done to you growing up, the molestation, but you are a mess, honey.
I know, and
you're not going to make it to 19 at this rate. You have to throw yourself on the mercy of the court, your mom, the counselors, everything, and get yourself some help.
There's only one way out.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That's it, Paula.
That is the truth.
I mean, you called the show. This is what we're telling you. Oh, this is why I want the guys to do the molesting to be shot.
Why?
Because they create Paula. And now it's a lifelong... And Paula would have been better off if this guy just cut her leg off.
Yeah, way better off.
Way better off. She'd be fitted with a prosthetic and off to college right now.
Yeah.
Well, her problem would be clear.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even be a problem. She would have learned to use her little prosthetic limb, be wearing slacks. No one would know the difference. She'd be running marathons each year and happy. Now, look at her. Drugs, her sexual compass is spinning around like it's in the devil's triangle. You got to get help, Paula. Ashley?
Hi.
You're 19. What's going on?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I love you, Dr. Drew, and I wish you weren't married because I think you're so sexy.
He does, too.
Oh, Ashley.
No,
After Polly just told me, after Adam just called me, sexless or third sex?
The third sex.
You're so smart and intelligent, and you're just wonderful.
That's all a rap.
Wow.
No, I'm serious. I totally adore you.
Thank you.
Anyways, I just bought a vibrator a couple days ago.
Is it shaped like Drew?
Anyways.
You take the glasses off before you put it in you?
Shut up. Anyways, I was wondering if vibrators, if you use them too often, do they desensitize you? I mean,
They
what
do,
is
but
it?
they desensitize you in the short term, but you'll be back.
Drew
It's not
doesn't
like you
even
stay that way.
Drew doesn't even know when he's going number 2 anymore. He's so desensitized. Yeah, they can scramble your clitoris, sure.
Okay.
You'll get used to it, and then the normal penis is the one that God intended you to be porked with is not gonna rise to the occasion. So, why don't you just use it once in a while, like 8 times a week? How often are you on it now?
I've just used it like 3 times. I just bought it like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
But how long did you use it for?
Oh, well, the first couple times it was just like for maybe 10 minutes, but like 15. Well, I mean, it takes, a while to warm up.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Are you okay otherwise?
Yeah, I've only had sex a couple times before, and I never had an orgasm, but I don't know, he wasn't, I don't know. But,
And you have the orgasms with the vibrator.
close, very close to it.
Very close.
Close to it?
Well,
What's it going to take, baby?
I don't know.
We'll get one
Start
of those,
upgrading.
We got to rent one of those soil compactors that those things that hop around on the little
Jackhammer.
feet. They run off a Briggs and Stratton 3 horsepower.
Well, I don't know, once I got, like, really close to where I felt like I was about to, and then I just kind of stopped after a little bit.
That is a uniquely female experience.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say, Adam?
Yes. I push through. That's right. You women, you have no discipline. This is why you don't make good football players. Thank you for bringing that up, Drew.
It's that almost
This is why we're
thing.
better soldiers and better football players and triathletes, because we break through.
Because we can reach
keep
climax.
pushing. Yeah, oh sure. I've had it happen to me a million times. Calf cramps, low on fluid, drunk as hell. Don't think I'm going to get one off that night.
Still happens.
Never say quit, though. Never say die. I just hum the theme from Rocky.
that put you through?
I spread that tube sock out. Actually, I'll use 2 of them in a sort of train track pattern across my belly and just go to town. That's
You're
right.
an inspiration.
Yeah, I am. Thank you. Millions of young
I thought
Americans.
I thought you always filled the tube stocks. I didn't know you
Fill them?
tube socks.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, interesting. That's probably a better way to approach it.
Yeah, you've been using a tube sock for 30 years. It never occurred to you.
Well, it's always a new
Nice.
tube sock, though. You understand?
I see. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Lindsay,
Yeah?
you're 18.
What's up?
That
Uh-oh.
voice.
You got that girl voice.
I do.
Oh, that's trouble.
No, I wasn't molested or anything.
All
All
right.
right.
What's up?
Oh, I've been listening to you guys for so long. You guys are rad. I have
Thanks.
2 things to say. Actually, one question. I heard that from a friend that, like, that if because, like, I've been going out with my boyfriend for a while, and we didn't use a condom one time, and he pulled out before he ejaculated, and she was saying there's, like, pre-ejaculation.
Yes.
And I'm just, like, he thinks he didn't come, and it's, like, they were,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If a partner puts his penis in you, you can get pregnant. Period. And that's when you should use morning after pill. That is one of the things it is designed for. You understand what the morning after pill is?
Yeah.
Well, especially if he's a leaker.
Yeah, well, even non-leakers can leak enough to cause problems.
Not me. I'm no leaker, Drew.
I know you
Sorry.
have tight gaskets.
Very tight seals and O-rings.
Yeah. Oh,
Is your boyfriend a leaker?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, you give him oral sex?
Yeah.
You ever get a little taste of the semen while you're down
No.
there? No.
No. I don't think he is. I'm just, like, worried when she told me that. But, okay, so yeah, I need to go, like, I want to go to Planned Parenthood sometime this week and get on something.
Good. But when did this happen? Did he pull out?
This was just Thursday.
Thursday, so it's a little bit late to take the morning after pill. So,
Yeah.
okay, well, get in there, get on some real contraception, okay?
Okay, and also one more thing. Dude, every time I listen, I've, like, always waited for you guys to have Dave Matthews on. What's up with that?
Yeah, where's Dave
Dude.
Matthews? Yeah.
I'm going to his show in May. I'm, like, stoked on that. You guys should have him on.
Okay, for you?
Yeah,
We're-
just for me.
We'll have him in. Christian, you got to skedaddle. We're going to bring Dave in for the
All right.
last 15 minutes of the
All
show.
right.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. And begin thawing Dave Matthews. We have him suspended in animation in Lycus's office. We'll be bringing him in. Actually, producer Ann has worked on Dave Matthews a few times. Have you not, producer Ann? And there's some story with him.
Yeah, I've been working on him for a couple of years now, and basically I'm not really getting a good answer. Just no.
Yeah. I wonder, does he have, is there some part of his sexuality that he'd like to keep under wraps or something?
It
Is
seems
there an
that
issue
every
with that?
interview I read of his, he'd be amazing on the show.
Right.
And they just say no.
Is he gay?
He's bisexual.
Is he bisexual? He's something. Isn't he something? Isn't that the story with Dave Matthews? Ann, you're saying
who you
no?
asking?
I'm asking producer Ann. You never heard anything like that?
No.
No? He's straight as an arrow?
That's what I've heard.
Oh, no. I've heard things. Not that it makes a difference. I mean, we can make fun of him and stuff, but I've heard stories. You hear anything? Anderson, you know anything? Oh, sheep? Anderson, have you ever heard he was bi? Nothing. No, all right. I thought that was sort of common knowledge. Maybe I'm just making that up.
What
Like,
I thought.
you thought he was bi
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
right?
I've heard.
Yeah. Well,
Not from reliable sources, but I mean.
No, I just thought it was sort of like
a lot of stories circulating about Dave Matthews, I think.
like a given.
Yeah.
Like, Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo playing
Yes,
Nebraska
that is
every
a
year.
given. That is a given.
Nebraska.
Got to get to the bottom of that. Oh, wait, we got to take a break.
We got it, yeah.
Shauna,
Yeah.
you're 20?
Yeah.
You're a graffiti artist?
I'm not. My boyfriend is.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. And you have a question about his health?
Yeah, kind
Hold
of.
on. We'll get to the bottom of this and find out about this graffiti, this so-called graffiti art. We'll take a little break. We'll be back with Shauna and her boyfriend after this.
Loveline.
1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew over there. Christian DuGuay is our guest tonight from Mad TV.
Hello.
6th big season. Fox, Saturday nights, 11 o'clock. And we'll get back with Shauna. Shauna?
Yeah.
Boyfriend's a graffiti artist.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, first of all, I don't know. We've been together for 5 years, and he's been doing graffiti for about double that before. He's been doing that for about 10 years, I guess. And he does it like 3 times a week, maybe at the most, maybe
Where does he do it?
It depends. Usually he'll go out at night and just paint wherever, big nice pieces. He's a tattoo artist now, but mainly he's bumped off just from the graffiti,
And do people leave him alone if he's doing artistic stuff?
San Francisco's pretty laid back as far as the police force is concerned. They usually let him go. Maybe write you a ticket or something like that. It depends,
Right.
But I don't know. He usually wears a respirator, but for like 5 years, he probably didn't wear a respirator in the very beginning, and that's when he was a lot younger. He's 25 now, and he has slight asthma, and it's probably because of that. But we used to smoke a lot too, so I don't know. It's probably from that
So
also.
what is your question actually?
Well, I just want to know what X-Lean, and it says danger, avoid contact, things like that on the back of the can, and I'm wondering what that can permanently do or damage.
Well, they're mostly it's the inhaled hydrocarbon that can damage the frontal lobes of the brain. And that's the big issue.
It's not the lungs as much
the
as it is the brain?
The lung can be an issue, and the continued irritation can cause chronic bronchitis, and be smoking on top of that. Clearly, this can be an issue, but the things people worry about is the inhaled hydrocarbons effect on the brain.
Okay. Well, he's a tattoo artist and a graffiti artist, so he doesn't need his brain.
There you go.
Oh, really?
Good times.
Yeah, good times.
Oh, good.
Well, is there any test he should take? Like,
He should be seen by a doctor, because the thing about asthma and airway problems is it can lead to emphysema if it isn't properly controlled. So it is important that he get looked at.
all right, let's talk to Sarah, who's 19. Sarah?
Hi.
Hey.
I just wanted to know that how do you tell someone that you've been with for like 2 years that you're going away to college? He's really a clingy person, and he seems to be kind of obsessed with me.
Yeah. Chicks love clingy, by the way. Make a
It's
note of that.
a great relationship.
All you young guys listen to the show, write that down. Right on the inside of your palm.
Be needy.
They love clingy.
Yeah, that's what attracted me to him, and that's
Oh, he's being facetious, Sarah.
that seems to be the relationships I end up
All
in.
right. Well, you're going away to college, so tell him that.
Well, I have told him, and he said basically that if I go, then that we're over.
Well, okay. So that's
it.
That's
you
it.
kind of want it to be over, don't you?
No, and yes.
Yes.
What's
come on.
the no part?
You just don't want to deal with the pain of the ending.
Yeah, he's just really, I'm afraid of actually I'm really afraid of hurting him, and
Here's the way you have to do this. You can do it in 2 parts or 3 parts. Go away to college. Promise you'll keep things up and keep things going. Then you go away. You call a few times. You send a few letters, but they become less and less frequent. Then you meet somebody. Then it's over. But at least it's sort of broken off into 2 or 3 parts.
Yeah.
Right.
It's you break up on the installment plan. It's not
Right.
one big balloon payment right at the top. That's fine.
She's away at college. It
Yeah.
will come to bear.
Kathleen,
Yeah.
you're 25.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh God. I think that I took the wrong prescription drugs last night together.
What'd you take?
Zoloft. Then I took like a muscle relaxer. And on top of that, I've been taking antibiotics.
What was muscle relaxer?
Well, we only have a couple minutes, so why don't we do this a more efficient way? Tell us what you didn't take.
What was the muscle relaxer?
I wasn't taking anything like ecstasy or anything like that.
I see.
What
so
was
we'll
the muscle
check that
relaxant?
off.
It was just a muscle relaxer. And,
What was the muscle relaxant?
I don't know. My friend just gave it to me last
Well,
night.
who knows what that was?
Okay.
It wasn't-
That could have been anything.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling really tweaked out, like I just did a bunch of speed or something.
Okay. Well, good times. You'll be fine.
Because my eyes keep on like dilating, undilating, dilating, and undilating.
Yeah.
Yeah. What should she do, Drew?
I've been trying to like drink tea, drink water.
You need to find out what you took.
Why don't you ask your friend what you took?
Yeah.
But meanwhile,
And,
Drew, can she just, hydrate herself and take a nap?
I would call the doctor prescribing the Zoloft for sure. For sure. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, what could happen to her now, Drew?
Well, it depends. There's something called a serotonin excess syndrome you can take from Zoloft. It actually can kill you. Usually it's while you're under the influence of these various drugs. But I don't know what she took.
All right, well,
I bet you.
I understand you want to cover yourself, Drew, but
She's probably okay.
It's
She's
the
probably
next
okay.
day. Just drink yourself a gallon of Gatorade and take a
Hey,
nap.
Adam, just because you used to work for that organization that, if somebody was dead, that you'd call them to advise you on how to manage the dead person, they'd say throw them in a shower.
The Do It
What was
Now
that?
Foundation?
Yeah, do it now, right.
Yeah, my buddy Chris took like 150 bootleg Quaaludes in a half-baked attempt to kill himself when I was like 22, and he was living in this one bedroom with me and my buddy the Wheeze. So I called the Do It Now Foundation. I was like, hey, do you think we should take him to the hospital? And they're like, were they pharmaceutical or bootleg? The
dude,
guy
what
was
kind of-
baked. I heard the guy doing a bong load. He was like, hold on. Yeah. You say it was farmers. So the guy goes, yeah, I don't know. Just don't let him fall asleep. Good times. And he hung up the
Good
phone.
times.
So me and the Wheeze drove around the city all night with Chris, keeping him awake until the sun rose. And then we all passed out, and I missed a day of work. Fantastic.
Very nice.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be back after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
I'm going to thank Christian for coming in here from
Thanks for having me.
Mad TV. Our pleasure. Saturday night, 11 o'clock. Drew?
Yep.
Hey, you got your cell phone over there, Drew?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to call you when I get off the air. I'm going to talk to you about some cars. Turn your phone on.
I don't have that phone.
No, come on. Don't BS me, brother. I know when you're lying. Are you seeing... hold on. Are you seeing somebody over there? Why are you over there? Who are you seeing?
I'm talking to someone.
Hold on.
Hey, I'm talking to someone else on my way home.
All right, hold on a second. If the person who's seeing Drew is listening right now, I swear to Christ, as God is my witness, I'll cut your nuts off if I see you. Don't you ever show your face around here, because I'll smell Drew's ass on you. Do you understand me? And you don't want to F with me, brother. Taught boxing. Okay, Drew. You get the message?
Okay. Yeah, I got it. I hear you.
All right. So until next time. This
I'm
Adam,
cool. Are you cool?
You're cool? All right, I'm cool. As long as we can talk. That's all I ask. I don't want to go to bed angry. That was the promise we made 5 years ago, right? We don't go to bed angry?
I'm not angry.
Are you?
All right.
Okay. So until next time, Sam Kroll for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. You can't articulate yourself any better than that.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Wilkins Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.